as the Mononoke lecture logs of Chuzenji sensei. He just solves all the mysteries progresses through its spring 2025 run. Episode 4, aired on April 28, 2025, deepens the series' blend of supernatural mystery and psychological intrigue. Set in post-war Tokyo in 1948, this adaptation of Aki Shimizu's manga, rooted in Natsuhiko Kayagaku's Rasen Cruz novels, follows high schooler Kana Kusakabe and her enigmatic teacher, Akihiko Chuzenji, as they unravel eerie phenomena. Titled Echoes of the Unseen, this episode shifts from the lighter tone of Episode 3's resolved library ghost case to a darker, more introspective mystery involving a cursed mirror. I'm struck by the episode's haunting atmosphere and bold narrative choices, though it leaves me questioning whether its ambitions fully coalesce. It's a compelling chapter that promises much, yet demands scrutiny. Following Episode 3's resolution of the library ghost rumor, Episode 4 introduces a new supernatural enigma when Kana's classmate, Reiko, confesses to seeing visions in a dormitory mirror, sparking panic among students. Kana, now reluctantly known as an exorcist, seeks Chuzenji sensei's help. Chuzenji's investigation reveals the mirror's connection to a wartime tragedy, uncovering suppressed guilt among the school's faculty. The episode culminates in a tense confrontation where Chuzenji uses psychological insight to dispel the curse, though a cryptic hint about his own past emerges. The narrative transitions from episodic mystery solving to a deeper exploration of collective trauma, setting up broader implications for the series. Episode 4 advances the overarching narrative by shifting focus from standalone mysteries to the lingering scars of war, a subtle but significant pivot in the series arc. The revelation that the mirror's visions stem from a teacher's guilt over a student's wartime death is a turning point, tying the supernatural to human accountability. This fulfills the episode's role by grounding the series' mysteries in emotional and historical weight, while raising new questions about Chuzenji's secretive past, particularly a fleeting mention of his wartime activities. However, the pacing feels uneven. The first half's slow build-up, laden with student gossip, contrasts sharply with the rushed resolution. I think this imbalance undermines the climax's impact, though the plot's thematic depth keeps it engaging. Kana and Chuzenji remain the central duo, with Reiko and the guilt-ridden teacher, Ms. Taniguchi, playing key supporting roles. Kana's growing frustration with her exorcist label reveals a new layer of self-doubt as she questions her role in Chuzenji's schemes. Her dialogue, particularly when she snaps, "I'm not your assistant," feels authentic to her established earnestness, marking subtle growth in her agency. Chuzenji, voiced with icy precision by Katsuyuki Konishi, shows rare vulnerability when discussing the war, hinting at personal losses that humanize his otherwise aloof demeanor. Ms. Taniguchi's breakdown, confessing her inaction during the tragedy, adds depth to the faculty, though her arc feels truncated. I really appreciate Kana's evolving confidence, but I wish Reiko's role had more substance beyond being a plot catalyst. The episode explores themes of guilt, collective trauma, and the power of perception. The mirror's curse symbolizes how unaddressed guilt festers, reflecting post-war Japan's struggle to confront its past. Chuzenji's methodical dismantling of the curse through logic underscores the series' recurring motif. Supernatural phenomena often mask human failings. The teacher's confession, prompted by Chuzenji's probing, illustrates how acknowledgement can break cycles of denial. I'm impressed by how these themes are woven into the narrative without overt moralizing, though the rushed resolution slightly dilutes their weight. The episode prompts reflection on how societies grapple with historical wounds, making it resonate beyond its supernatural trappings. The episode enriches the series' world by anchoring its supernatural elements in post-war Tokyo's social fabric. The mirror's backstory, tied to a bombing that killed students, grounds the mystery in the era's historical reality, while references to wartime censorship add cultural texture. Chuzenji's cryptic mention of his involvement with certain texts during the war hints at a broader mystical or intellectual underworld, expanding the lore subtly. I find these details immersive, though I personally don't understand why the episode didn't elaborate on Chuzenji's past to clarify its relevance. The world feels authentic and layered, enhancing the narrative stakes. The dialogue is a highlight, balancing intellectual rigor with emotional resonance. Chuzenji's lecture-like explanation of the mirror's psychological origins, delivered with biting sarcasm, is both informative and engaging. Kana's exasperated exchanges with her peers feel natural, capturing teenage angst without cliché. However, Ms. Taniguchi's confession, while poignant, leans on melodramatic phrasing that feels out of step with the episode's restraint. The writing is sharp, weaving historical context into the mystery, but I didn't like how the climax's dialogue rushed through the resolution, sacrificing nuance. Overall, the script is strong, with minor lapses in tonal consistency. Echoes of the Unseen evokes a mix of unease, empathy, and curiosity. The wartime flashback, showing a student's futile plea for help, is heartbreaking and lingered with me, highlighting the human cost of conflict. Chuzenji's subtle vulnerability, paired with Kanna's growing resolve, fosters hope amidst the gloom. The episode's exploration of guilt prompts reflection on personal and collective responsibility, leaving a lasting impression. I also anticipate that Chuzenji's hinted past will drive future arcs, deepening his enigma. The emotional resonance is potent, though the rushed climax slightly tempers its impact. Episode 4 of the Mononoke lecture logs of Chuzenji sensei is a compelling blend of supernatural mystery and psychological depth, with standout performances and a haunting thematic core. Its strengths lie in its rich dialogue, evocative themes, and the evolving Kana-Chuzenji dynamic, bolstered by effective sound design and direction. However, uneven pacing, inconsistent animation, and a rushed resolution hinder its full potential. I didn't like how the climax sacrificed nuance for expediency, and I think tighter visuals could enhance the atmosphere. Despite these flaws, the episode achieves its goal of deepening the series' emotional and historical stakes, making it a successful, if imperfect, installment. I'm optimistic about the series' trajectory, expecting richer mysteries and revelations as Chuzenji's past unfolds. This is a must-watch for fans of cerebral anime, with room to refine its execution.